Hey everybody, welcome to my third song play through and learn and lesson. This song is Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. I actually saw this in Guitar World magazine, but literally this morning, and I feel like there's an easier way to play it, and also I feel like it's missing a note. But maybe that's just my ears. Maybe I'm hearing just the tones of it rather than it actually being the correct tablature, which I'm sure Guitar World has done their research on. So the basic structure of the song is around 3 chords. You have G, you have D, and you have C. Now C is usually played like this, the traditional C shape. However, to make it a bit easier, I play this G add 9. So I actually play 3 on B and D. I think it's the nicest G variation to play. And then D. As we move from D to C, we add that 3 back in. And then what I like to do is, rather than playing the full C chord, I just add, I believe it's also called the C add 9 11. Not too sure though, my music theory is not that great. So yeah, I make the C pattern that's kind of similar to a G, but the top 2 strings, I just, what my fingers are doing, rather than playing the E and A string, they play the same pattern but on the A and the D string. So. And then it all comes down to your right hand pattern. So, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up is how it goes. And then that final up on the D string, on the D chord, we play a D sus4. It's very subtle. And the rhythm pattern's slightly different. When we play the C, we pause. So. That's the majority of the song. Right from the intro all the way through to well, a lot of the song. Even during the verse, what tends to happen is the guitar usually turned down a little bit, makes it a bit cleaner. Back into the chorus, and it's the same pattern. I'm kind of lost, baby, baby, I want something else. Don't listen when you say good. And then on that final, like when he says goodbye, we just hold that C chord, because then it repeats again. The sky was gold, it was gold, I was taking sips of it from my nose, and I wish you could get back. The difference is that right here, just before we go back into the chorus, we have this the change between D and C, which comes back in later as well. It's almost like a pre-chorus. How do I get back there to the place where I fell asleep inside you? And what we have is just this 2 downstrokes on each chord, and when we play the upstroke to sort of reset, so 2 down, when you lift up, that's where I'd like to change chords. So move from the D, D to C, and then finish 5 kind of patterns of the D chord. and then back into. When we get into the sort of slower section of the song, where it says, I believe in the sand beneath my toes, it's still a breakup or a version of G, D, and C. And what I like to do is just strum through those chords, and add a bit of finger picking or alternate picking if you want to use that, or you can just strum through it. So for me, I split that G chord up a little bit, play the top note, the third, the G, and I play the G string, play the G at the bottom on the high E string. On the D I separated out, because I played a D, played the D on the B string, F sharp on the high E, and then strum that full like C at 9 and 11 chord. The sand beneath my toes, the beach gives a feeling, a lovely feeling. I believe in the faith it grows, and the 4 right chords. These are the 4 right chords, but just like this song, it's mainly 3 chords. Because we go back into that. And then there's kind of 2 main versions of this song, where you have a radio edit, which kind of skips the repetition of that D and C chord pattern, when it mentions about plane crashing and red velvet dresses. In the radio edit, they don't actually do that, because it just goes, I want something else. And we play those same 3 chords again, G, D, and C. So you'll get really good at the transition between G, D, and C just by playing the song. One final little bit of addition to this song is that you have this sort of climb down. And you finish on an A. But basically you do, you take a C chord, or the C chord, that variation that we've been playing throughout the song. So you just play C, E, and G. So 3rd fret on A, 2nd fret on D, and an open G string. And then you climb down, you take all your fingers away really, apart from just your first finger. And you play B, G, and then the open G. Sorry, and the D. This is used in a lot of songs, in a lot of popular music. I believe it's even used in Stairway to Heaven. But the final chord is kind of like a cross between an A and a D chord. So like a D and an A. But what we have here is like, we play the A string open. We have E, so the 2nd fret on the D string. We have an open G string. And we have the D note on the B string. That's played just as we sort of repeat that I want something else. And then also right at the very end of the song. So we have this climb down, finish on that kind of weird A chord. But most of the song, like I said, it's just this pattern. Just right hand. It's a good one to just repeat. And that's Semi-Charm Life.